Alright guys, so we're going to talk about mean absolute deviation. So mean absolute deviation is one way that we can describe the variability or how spread out a set of data is by using mean absolute deviation. What mean absolute deviation is, it is the average distance that the data points in a set of data are from your mean. So remember, your mean is your average, and now the mean absolute deviation is the average distance that your data points are from your mean. A MAD that is close to 0 means the data values are going to be close to the mean. So that means if we have an average of 0, then our data points are really close to the center of our average. So looking here, it says, what does deviation or deviate mean? How can it help you to remember the definition of mean absolute deviation? So in order to find the mean absolute deviation, we're going to follow these steps. The word deviation or deviate means like how something changes. So that can kind of help you to remember that we're finding the change in the average distance. We're going to complete the steps here and the table below to show you guys how to find the MAD. So step 1 to calculate the MAD is to find the mean. So the very first thing is we're going to find the mean of this data. All right. So in order to do that, it says a flight attendant recorded the number of minutes it took to board the airplane for the last 7 flights. So we're going to take our data given and add them all together. So that gives us 126. And to find the mean, we got to divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we've got 7 data points. And so our mean or our average is 18 on this example. So that's our mean. Now we have to find the distance from each data point in the mean. So 20 and 18. 20 is 2 away from 18, so that's 2. 19 is 1 away from 18. 15 is 3 away from 18. 23 is 5 away. 14 is 4. 17 is 1. And then 18 is 18, right? So that's a 0. All right, so I'm going to put a check on letter B because we listed them out. Now we find the average of those distance or the mean absolute deviation. So I need to find the average of this right here. So now let's find our total deviation. That's 2 plus 1. So we're adding up this column. Plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 1. Plus 0, right? So that's 16. So our total deviation is 16. So I'm going to take 16, and then I'm dividing 16 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you do count 0, because 0 means that it was the same, and that's very important. So divide 16 by 7. Oops. 16 divided by 7. And if you look here, it says round to the nearest 10. So 2.28, the 8th will make that go up. And so that mean absolute deviation is going to be 2.3. All right, so letter D says explain what the mean absolute deviation represents. So the average distance is right here. That means the average distance of these points from our mean is going to be 2.3. So that's a mean of 2.3 minutes because we were talking about the number of minutes it took to board their airplane for the last 7 flights. All right, so now we're going to look at a second example. And we're going to go through all of this process again. So number 2 says, the number of people in a hospital waiting room across the city are shown in the list to the right here. So here are the number of people. First step is we're going to find the mean. So 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 10 plus 4 plus 6 is 36. And I divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my mean is 6. Now I got to list the distance of how far away are the number of people to the average number of people, right? So in the first hospital waiting room, they have 3 people. And so that's 3 away from our average. 5 is 1, 8 is 2, 10 is 4. 4 is 2, and then 6 is our average. So again, that's going to be 0. So we listed out the distances between each data point. And now we need to find the average of that distance, which is our mean absolute deviation. So 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 is 12. So my total deviation is 12. 12 divided by my data points of 6 is 2. So again, that means that the average amount of distance between the mean is 2 people. Okay, and now I want you guys to try this one on your own. So I'd like you to pause the video, and then I'm going to show you the answers after you have paused the video and worked them out on your own. So here's the answer to number 3. The mean of this data is 7. The total deviation is 16. And the mean absolute deviation is 3.2. All right, and so now you need to go and you guys are going to practice a mean absolute deviation on your own. Thank you.